Hi, welcome to the new version of Telemagic. Just wanted to talk you through some of the changes that have occurred, the new screens that you'll see. First of all, when you first log into Telemagic, if you go to the menu option at the top, you'll see you've got an options button. If you press that, options, preferences, there's quite a few different preferences that you can see with tabs. If you just look at the contact tab, you'll be able to actually see that you've got a view and a page for each level within Telemagic, level 1, 2 and 3. The new views that I've created are all Tech Services 2011. If you click on the little arrow, you'll see that you can select the old view, which is in this case Technical Services Client 2, but as I mentioned before, all the new views are all Tech Services 2011. So just make sure that all these are ticked and showing the Tech Service 2011 view. You can apply the changes and press OK, and then when you go back into your main contact screen, you may find that it doesn't change initially. If that's the case, just scroll backwards and forwards between the levels and it should pick up the changes. You'll know if you have got the new changes, one, because you've got a new screen, and secondly because down here there's a page which tells you which page within that view you're actually looking at. Now in this case there's only one page on the client level, on level 1, which is 2011 client. There are no other pages at present, so as you can see here, we've got the new layout, basically pretty similar to before in terms of what's on it, but just a different way of presenting the information. We're going with these grey boxes, so we can kind of group the items together. You've got the client details, the name, department, address, town, county, postcode, the web site if that particular client's got a web address, the main contact details, contact 1, and then also up here in orange you see we've got some marketing information. We've got where the actual lead came from initially, so you've got the drop down source information here, so you pick up and select whichever reference it actually came from. If you get an inquiry that's not on the list, please have a word with Emma or myself to actually add that onto the lead list. It may be that the client is asking or telling you something that is already there but you just can't see it, but if not, we'll actually add a new lead on there. Anything we are doing, especially on the marketing side, will ensure that we've got a new item in the list to match any mail shots or any other advertising that's going out. We may even decide to date it so that at least we know and it's easy for you to find. That's the lead, the date of the inquiry, and the mail code. Again, that's an old field that you should be familiar with. Just the type of client it is, so whether it's a tennis club, university, school, etc. We've also got contact 2, 3 and 4 details. This is the same as before, however we've actually added in an extra mobile field, so we're not cluttering up these fields with the wrong information. So please ensure that if it's an email address, it goes in the email field with a little envelope. If it's the telephone number, it goes in there, the mobile in there. If it's obviously evening, feel free to put that in there, but please ensure that we don't try and fill this up with narrative if possible. You should have enough fields now to put in the relevant phone numbers in the relevant slots. There's contact history field there, and again you can just enter the details as before, entering your contact information, and there's the roll-up window that obviously shows which sites are available for that client that are actually already created on the system. I've had to reduce the font size here to get everything we actually want to be displayed. If that's an issue, we'll have to obviously go back to that. But we've got the site name, now got the pitch name, which is important, which I'll come to later. We've got the category, which has always been there, the file number again, and we've also added the contract. Now this is to do with the actual, if the client's got a contract, it will appear here as either new, renewed, expired, or renewed late. So you can actually see in this list quickly which of their sites have actually got a contract. Now you may notice that when I hover over a field, we've got a little message that keeps getting displayed. That's just my own system preferences, which you can turn on and off. It just gives you the field name for the actual screen field. That really is level 1. It hasn't changed a lot, so there's not really much else to say about that particular screen. Now if we go to the next level, we don't want to save that. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit more complicated, as you'll see. However, I've tried to simplify it as best I can. The new view, as mentioned earlier, the Tech Services 2011 view has 4 pages. And if you go down here, you can see which page you're on presently. If you click on that, you can see we've got a Sales 1 screen, Sales 2, Contract 1 and a Contract 2. I've basically devised 2 screens for each department. So the sales guys have got 2 screens that I think will supply them with enough fields for them to see exactly what they want to see in those 2 screens. And again, with the contract department, 2 screens that the contract department can use. However, we've not excluded other departments from seeing all the screens within the system, and obviously admin can use any one of these screens, whichever task they're doing best helps them to achieve their task. If we start with the Sales 1 screen, if I click on that, sometimes the first time it doesn't actually work properly, but if you just click Sales 1, it will actually go to it the next time, and it's a little bit of a quirky on the system there. You can either select these fields by using this box here. Once you've changed it once, it does tend to flow through quite nicely after that. Or you can actually use the page up and page down and simply scroll up and down between the relevant pages by using the page up and page down, which I'm pressing now, which you can't see, but that's what I'm doing. So go back to Sales 1. This is the main contact screen for the sales department. We've got the site details here, the main contact, contact 2, contact 3. We've actually added an extra contact in due to request from the sales not having enough room to put all the contacts on there. We've got a short summary of the pitch details, which are here. It's not everything with regards to the actual site, but a summary which hopefully is enough for general day-to-day use. Again, we've got the mail code up here, which is for marketing. Please ensure that's filled in. It may be different to the level 1 record. For example, level 1 may be a local authority and level 2 may be a leisure centre. We have pitch name, which I think you're getting familiar with now. This in effect supersedes the need for these letters and numbers, the A's and the ones. A pitch name must always be added. If we don't know what the client wants to call their pitch, we just use a generic term of AstroTurf pitch. For example, they can change that later on if they request it to say left-hand side pitch next to car park. That's fine, as long as it's got a unique name that either we or the client can identify this particular pitch or site, if you like. Obviously a site may have many pitches, so that's the reason we've added this pitch name in. So this 123 London Road could have 4 or 5 pitches all on the same site. That's why it's important it's actually filled in. It's a bit like the reason we used these file tabs before.